Hi, creative friends. This is Soraya, and thank you so much for being here. So, yesterday I posted a video on how to make your own collage from junky junk elements that you can find around your house, whether it's junk mail or just scraps of paper that you have from a notebook. Just go around your house, just look at everything with new eyes, receipts, clothing tags, brown paper bags, cardboard sleeves from coffee cups when you go out and purchase a coffee. All of these things can be used to make the most delicious collage. So as you can see, I went a little overboard here and I've made some bundles. This was in the past few days when I was making my video on how to use, um, you know, junky elements to make your own collage. I ended up making this bundle and this bundle. Like, look at this, you guys. Is this not delicious? Like, just, and this is just from stuff that I would have like normally thrown away. So anyways, I'm just going to move this off to the side here, and I'm just going to show you a few pieces. Like, obviously, I'm not going to go through and show you every single piece, but I'm just going to show you a few pieces. Now, this is my craft lined composition notebook, and so it is a neutral brown paper, but just look at this. Like, this is literally just junk mail. It's like stuff that would have just gotten recycled. So look how beautiful it looks on this paper. And it would look the same against white paper or papers that you've built up. Like, look at this. Like, look at all these edges. And this is like, I put a tea bag over top of this. I put some sheet music. I don't even know what all I put on here. Inks, paints, Posca markers. But look at that. Does that not like bring this whole page to life? So I'm just going to show you a few of my little doodads here. And what I want to keep on reiterating, and I'm sorry if I'm like saying it too much, but when you look at a piece that you make, like a piece of handmade collage, it doesn't look like anything when you've made it. It looks like just like blah. But once you rip it up and you put it on your pages, when you put it in your art journal, it brings the whole thing to life. Because this paper here, as beautiful as it is just a mass-produced, very non-remarkable piece of paper. Like, there's nothing on this page. It's just a a generic piece of paper. But once you put something like this on it, this has texture, it's got depth, it's got interest, it's got character, and best of all, it has your visual language, your own visual language, nobody else's, because all of these marks and the colors I'm using, the lines, those are all gonna be yours. So look at that. There's just like, you can't even buy something like this. So I'm just gonna show you a few more pieces here. Like, look at that. Does that not bring the page to life? And I'm gonna show you a few more pieces. Now, this is just a lined composition notebook. I have some of my writing on here, and I just cleaned out my brush. There is nothing remarkable about this. I just used some paints that I had on my brush. Like, I don't even have any Posca markers, or there's nothing extraordinary going on. But look at that. When I put it against this page, I don't even have a sketch like drawn on the page, but look at that. Like, it just really brings the page to life. It dresses the page up. And you can use stencils. Like, over here, I used a stencil, the blue part. So you can use stencils, you can use stamps. Really, you guys, anything goes. And I even have used brown paper bags. They make great collage as well, and I'm going to make another video on brown paper. But like, look at this. And the more you like look at this, the more I squish it up, and like, I mean, you guys, I could just look at this forever. And you guys, this is all just junk. And now what I could do is I could go and give it another bath. Like, I could soak it in another tea solution, but I don't think I'm going to do that right now because I just love them so much as it is. Like, I just love it. Like, I don't want to change it in any way. But what I'm going to do today, I just wanted to show you guys that. But what I'm going to do is show you how I've used it. So this is my Strathmore art journal, and I just want to show you like this. Okay, so these pieces of handmade collage from junky junk stuff around the house. I have put it over here. Okay, over here. I've put it over here. I have put it over here, put it over here. I don't know where else I've put it, but it really just brings the page to life. And then I'm going to show you over here. So I put it over here, and I'm just building my page up. So that's my collage, that's my collage, and that's my collage. And I've just layered it. Okay, so I am going to now work on this page, and I'm going to use my junky junk collage over here and just try to see like what, you know, how it's going to fit in and blah, blah, blah. And so what I'm going to do is, now I just built up my page. So I built up my page with dictionary pages. There's some handmade paper here. You know, just like I normally build up my page. So I'm just going to go in and make a sketch here. And I really like this part over here. It kind of suggests like a collar. So maybe I'm going to just kind of like follow that and just kind of go like so. And like that. And so she's gonna have big hair, and let me kind of go like that. So one of the things I absolutely love about the Stabilo is you can just like erase things. Like, it's not a big deal. If I don't like something, I can just erase it. I don't know if I'm liking that. Okay, let's see. I just want it a little bit junkier and looser. And so over here as well, I see kind of like a collar, like right here. So I think I'm gonna go with that. And let me see here. So what I hope to illustrate with this video is that even though I have built up my page, like, I've got a ton of layers on here, and, I really like it. There's nothing, like, it's not like this, I was showing you about how this is a generic page. I have actually built up my layers, and I've created a lot of interest and texture and colors and etc. But when I add the handmade collage, that is going to add a whole different vibe to the page. So what I'm trying to convey is that whether it is a generic page, like with the craft book, sketchbook, or whether it is a page I have built up, the handmade collage is just going to add so much to your work. And I think why is because, I think there are many reasons why, but a few of the reasons that come to mind is the way I build these up, I use colors from different spreads that I'm doing. Like I keep the pages off to the side, even if it's like a junk mail type of situation like I showed you guys yesterday. So when I'm working on, say, this spread, I, clean up my brush with using some of the colors, and then I go to a completely different spread. And then, if I have some leftover paint on my brush, I put that on the same thing. So I'm using colors that I don't normally use together. And sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. Another reason why I think it works is because it just has this handmade quality, like it's gonna sit on top of the page. So, it just gives you a different vibe. So anyways, I like this spread, and I don't know if I want to, like, I usually try to add like 3 elements, like, so there's 2 figures, and like maybe I'm gonna keep a sun kind of a situation here, just because I like to go with 3s. It kind of it's just a good element. Like odd numbers are an interesting kind of a like it adds so much interest, and like 2 or 4, it's too balanced, and so it can be kind of boring. So now what I'm gonna do is I am going to just add some inks to the face, and I'm gonna build the face up here. And you guys, there would be nothing wrong with me just working over top of this and not adding any of my handmade collage. Like, there would be nothing, you know, like it would still be interesting because I've built up my page. But when I add the handmade collage, it's just going to give it that extra, like, icing on the cake. And it's kind of like an unexpected element, if you will. So that also adds to the surprise of it. So I'm gonna cover this a little bit, but I want some of that to show through. And I'm gonna see what I want to do with the background. And I don't know, I think I might go with a blue for the background. So I think I'm gonna just leave this a little bit of the background here just for interest for now. And I'm gonna come in and cover this up here. And I'm gonna ask myself the question, like, where do I want to put the collage? So I'm thinking maybe the hair. Okay, so that kind of like pushes things in the background a little bit, and it kind of makes the figures pop. And you guys, I'm really loving the juiciness of this. Like, it just is looking really juicy. Okay, and I'm gonna drag some of that in here. Okay. And now what I'm gonna do is figure out what do I want to do with the dresses, because like I do want to retain that part over there, but I think I'm gonna kind of make like a color kind of, just so I can retain this part. And then I think I'm gonna cover all of this up here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some pieces of collage and just kind of see, like, you know, no, I don't like that. And it's a good thing I made tons of collage because I do have a lot of choices here. And for me, like when I know, like when something fits, like I instantly know, because it's just going to like, it's gonna like buzz. So I might have to try a few pieces to see what works. Nope, I'm not liking any of that. Now I do like this. Ooh, I do like that. That's a strong possibility. So I do like that. And let me see here. Ooh, I like that too. Like, look at that. Ooh, I like these two pieces here. So I'm just gonna keep those off to the side, and I'm gonna try to figure out what do I want this dress, like the bottom part, what do I want it to be? So what I'm going to do, okay, so I'm gonna see, maybe I can get some inspiration from these colors. So maybe I don't know if I want to go with a blue, because a blue would pick up on the blue here, or if I want to go with a pink. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, and let me try this one out. So I think what I'm gonna do is let me get my Holbein. Where is my Holbein? Okay, there's my Holbein here. So don't know. I think I'm intuitively, I think I might want to go with a pink. And pink and orange is, like, I love pink and orange. It is a bit tricky because they're both really, you know, hot colors. So I don't know if I want to cool it down with this paint that I got from Oaxaca, which is almost empty. And I don't know what I'm going to do when it's gone. I'm going to cry. I mean, I absolutely love this color. And you can't buy it outside of Mexico. Now, when I add this color here, it might change the pieces I picked for collage, because everything in your painting is, you know, it all works together. Like, nothing is in a vacuum. So it all kind of, like, you know, it affects everything. So I'm liking that for now, but I'm going to add some to the face here just to kind of move the color around. And so let me see here. Okay, now let me see what colors might go. See, now I'm really loving this even more because it's picking up on the pink here. And the great thing, another great thing about making your own collage from, you know, paper elements, junk mail, etc., is now I can just, like, cut this. It's not like it's really difficult for me to, like, rip it. I can just, you know, get some scissors, or I can just even use my hands and just cut it. So I think I might, let me see here. So I am really loving this, you guys. Like, it's picking up on the pink here, and I'm just really feeling that. So now I'm going to figure out what color do I want to make this, and then try to find a piece. Like, I do really love this piece, but I think I'm going to go with kind of a, like an aqua green here, because I already have some green here, and then maybe try to find a piece that's going to, like, play off of there. I don't know yet. So first let me try to find a color here. Like, that is too green. It's like fluorescent green. So I don't want to go with a teal. No, that's still too fluorescent-y. Okay, guys, I'm gonna mix a green, actually. I'm gonna take a green, and then I'm gonna, like, mix it with a bit of blue. And then I'm gonna add some of this chalk paint here. Okay, so I do want to keep this, like, I want to keep this part here, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of, like, I can't match this green exactly, but this is kind of close. And I just want to suggest it, you know? Okay. And here we go. Okay, so I am really loving this. I'm loving the green, like, you know, next to the blue. I'm really loving this pink over here. It's picking up on the pink here. So there's a lot about this now that I'm really loving. I am going to try to find a piece that's going to go over here. But for right now, I'm going to let this dry because I don't want to like come in and mess it up in a bad way. Like I don't want it to get like really, you know, like muddy. So anyways, if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. I hope this has shown how, you know, these little pieces of collage, they just add so much to your work. And when you look at them on their own, they really look unremarkable. But when you cut them out and, you know, you put them in your pages, it really brings everything to life. So there will be a part 2 of this. But if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.